So now let's inspire some wanderlust. For anyone traveling to Turkey with Turkish Airlines, Istanbul is the ultimate destination. While it is definitely a bucket list item to explore, obviously the famous capital city, some other regions of Turkey offer spectacular experiences, like the fascinating landscape and history of Cappadocia.
As Zoe's adventure in Turkey continues, she now makes her way to Cappadocia in central Anatolia.
Cappadocia is a short 1-hour flight from Istanbul, and within a flash it feels like you've been transported to a different planet. I have never seen architecture or a landscape like that before, and I think that is the whole aesthetic about the Cappadocia architecture, is the caves, the fairy chimneys, the stone is so unique and so different. They're incorporated everywhere, and that's exactly what you see when you enter Cappadocia. Oh wow, I feel like I've been transported to a magical subterranean world. Just looking around at all of the tourists, I can only imagine what life must have been like thousands of years ago. Our guide, Mustafa, was this beautiful tanned man, and he showed us around. First off, he took us to the iconic fairy chimneys.
Millions of years ago, volcanic eruptions blanketed the region with thick ash, which solidified into soft rocks. The chimneys are what's left of that rock after centuries of erosion.
What's the story behind the name fairy chimneys?
It's a legend, of course. First of all, Assyrian merchants, while ruling in Cappadocia about trade, they were traveling with donkey and camel caravans. So when they were here, they were seeing lights in the fairy chimneys in the caves and thought about it, who can live inside? Only fairies. Okay, let's get it fairy chimney.
Woo, looks a little steep. This is a recipe for disaster. I think I'm going to try an easier chimney to climb.
Also in Cappadocia is an open-air museum which contains a splendid cluster of rock-cut churches featuring beautiful Byzantine artistry and history.
We also paid the Gourmet Open Air Museum a visit. It is a UNESCO World Heritage Site.
The churches were carved out by the monks from 900 to 1200 AD and also boasts beautiful frescoes.
Everything I saw inside those caves were carved out by hand. To think I was able to see paintings that were painted thousands of years ago, but still look in such pristine condition. I've noticed that the pigmentation on the paintings are well preserved.
Because of no windows and no flash and no humidity inside. That's the main object, because in the caves, all the time it's humidity, but in the dark church, no humidity, as you feel.
The great thing about this is that many generations to come will also be able to experience what I experienced.
This area also has an interesting history. When enemy armies overtook the plains, villagers would find refuge in a fortress, which is the tallest peak in the region, Expresso Castle.
This region served as a thoroughfare between Europe and Asia for traders and armies alike. When danger approached, locals would light a fire on top of that natural rock formation known as Expresso Castle. This beacon served as a signal to be on alert or go into hiding.
The ancient Cappadocians were pretty smart in protecting themselves with tunnels leading to Expresso Castle for safety, but also by hiding out in underground cities.
While fairy chimneys and natural castles dot Cappadocia's landscape, deep beneath these plains lie ancient underground cities.
There are around 36 underground cities in Cappadocia. Makli is considered one of the widest cities and has been a tourist attraction since 1964.
It blew my mind. My first expectation was it's going to be small, we're going to have to crawl the entire way, but in fact I was genuinely surprised to see how big and spacious each room was within the city. Look at this. I'm currently at the crossroads where each of these different tunnels take you to any of the 9 floors in this underground city. It has a capacity for 5,000 people.
In keeping with the lifestyle of that time, this underground city even had a subterranean church and a stable.
I'm standing in one of the 4 wineries, and to think that the underground city only had 1 kitchen, yet 4 places for wines. Some even lived here for up to 11 months.
This underground city is visited by over 1 million people every year, and because there are no original markings or inscriptions, Kaymakli still holds some mysteries.
It is so big. I can now understand how 5,000 people managed to stay down there. I spent a good hour there and I was ready to see some sunlight again.
Back above ground, staying in Cappadocia means experiencing very interesting accommodation in the area that gives a taste of local life.
Accommodation in Cappadocia is really exciting. I'm staying in the beautiful Yunak Evlery Hotel, where the most unique thing about the rooms are that they are caves carved out from the rock.
It took 4 years to restore the 19th century Greek mansion, 7 cave houses and 40 cave rooms that date back to the 5th and 6th centuries, which make up the hotel property.
Cappadocia is an incredible place. To think that the cave started out as a place of education with the scholars actually living inside them. For me, this has also been an educational experience as well as a breathtaking one, something I hope you get to experience too.
Talk about your bucket list items. Now, would you like to enjoy exploring Turkey as much as Zoe clearly is? Well, Club Travel are offering an 8-night package that will introduce you to some of Turkey's most special locations, and they are offering it to Expresso viewers for only 12,170 Rand, which is a steal. For more information or just to book your trip to Turkey, visit clubtravel.co.za. And what's more, you could also win a trip to Turkey courtesy of Turkish Airlines. All you have to do is head on over to the Expresso Morning Show Facebook page and comment on our competition post by telling us why you would like to explore the incredible Turkey. The prize includes 2 flights to Istanbul on Turkish Airlines and a 3-night stay in the city, and that competition closes on the 21st of September. All of the terms and conditions can be found on expressoshow.com.
Turkish Airlines, widen your world.